Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yesterday I read a sohbet by Shaykh Abdul Karim Effendi about the coming of Mehdi alayhi salam. In that sohbet, Shaykh Effendi says that the appearance of Mehdi alayhi salam will be very soon, sooner than we think. That sohbet was given in 2008 and 5 years have passed since then, but there is still no trace of Mehdi yet. To the non-murids of tariqat, they will say that the Shaykh is fooling people just like the Kafir's promise of Armageddon. This will draw them and many others even further from the teachings of tariqat. How then can we help to pull them back to safety?
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The knowledge and the warning about Mehdi alayhi salam did not start with Shaykh Effendi 5 years ago. Let me tell you that much. It's not Shaykh Effendi who said appearances of Mehdi is very soon, 5 years ago, and people still looking with these eyes and seeing, oh, there is no Mehdi yet. No. No, I'm being serious. The talk about the appearances of Mehdi, like we just said in a few minutes ago, about Mehdi alayhi salam being real, coming very soon, was started 1400 years ago by the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. How you like that? Now, let the Muslims who say, well, we shouldn't be talking about Mahdi because we've been waiting 1400 years, he's still not appearing. So how are we going to make people to come closer to him? No. Now, those ones who are taking these words as an adventure, those ones who are taking tariqat as an adventure, tariqat is supposed to make you to become Abdullah. Once you become Abdullah, you don't care whether Mahdi is going to come 1 year or tomorrow, because you're already an Abdullah. You're training to become Abdullah before Mahdi or Judgment Day. Every day, with every breath, you know that Allah might take your life. And that is more important than whether Mahdi alayhi salam is going to come, Dajjal is going to appear, Judgment Day is next week. So for 1400 years, and in fact, the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam and Dajjal was not only during the Prophet alayhi wasallam's time, but all 124,000 prophets, they were talking about Hazrat Mahdi. All 124,000 prophets, they were talking about Dajjal since the time of Adam alayhi salam, since the time of Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam. They've been talking about it to who? To those who believe. So many people, they don't believe this. They didn't say Mahdi alayhi salam and Dajjal, and every prophet also said that they've been warned by Allah. My beloved may come anytime. And if he comes, you are no longer a prophethood. To know your prophethood is finished, and you have to follow that one. They believe that. They didn't say, don't worry about it. Allah is just saying, astaghfirullah. Thousands of years, we can just relax. No, they didn't. That's the difference between believers and unbelievers. Because Prophet ﷺ has said that Mahdi is going to appear. The appearances are near. Over and over and over again. That even the Sahabis, they got very nervous. And they think that the Dajjal is behind them. Because Prophet was talking so much about it, so heavily, that in every subsequent generation after generation after generation, who is keeping that alive? Only the Ahli Tariqat, they are keeping it alive. Majority of the people, they believe that too, yes, at that time. But we have finished with that time because we have finished the age of Islam. Islam is still there, but we finished the age where we are practicing Islam as an ummah, because there is no Islam as an ummah. We have nationalism, we don't have Shariat. We have no Khalifa, we have presidents. The feet choosing the head. So there is no knowledge coming down anymore. And the knowledge that was here, it is not being kept. Those ones who are supposed to be guarding the knowledge, they have betrayed the knowledge. How many scholars they bring this up to speak about this? But the appearances of Dajjal, everyone is concentrating on Mahdi. Dajjal is going to appear. Do you know what are the signs that Dajjal is going to appear? That, find out. So easy. One thing I can tell you. This has all been said and prophesied by the Prophet 1400 years, and people are watching. Because before the appearances of the big Dajjal, the little Dajjals, they're going to appear. And the little Dajjals, they have appeared, yes, from the time of the Prophet ﷺ. All the little Dajjals of the age, they have appeared to make the confusion, to make destruction, laying the groundwork for the big Dajjal to come. And let me tell you something, 1400 years. 1400 years ago, 3 groups of people came to the presence, to the holy presence of the Prophet ﷺ, and saying, Ya Rasulullah, please bless Yemen, Shams, and Najd. Where is Najd? Riyadh, is it? Saudi Arabia. Riyadh. Today, Saudi Arabia. That area, Riyadh. Prophet says, Ya Rabbi, bless Yemen and Sham. The man says, and Najd. Ya Rabbi, bless Yemen and Sham. And Najd, Ya Rasulullah. Prophet ﷺ says, no. Because in the Akhir Zaman, the horns of shaitan is going to come from the Najd. 2 horns of shaitan. This is one of hundreds of hadiths about the Akhir Zaman. Let me tell you that much. But this is a big hadith that ties in all the other hadiths. For example, in the Akhir Zaman, you're going to see barefoot and naked Bedouins from the desert. They are racing with each other to build tall buildings. Isn't that what is happening in Saudi Arabia? One of the signs, he says, you are going to see these deserts turn into greenery. Isn't that what's happening? And Prophet said, 2 horns of shaitan is going to appear from Najd. You know what Najd is? This is when, yes, people have to have basic knowledge about Islam. They know so much. But they don't know basic seerah. They don't know basic knowledge. Number 1, we're not here for adventure to see, oh, where is he coming? Where is he? Where is he? Okay? That is not what tariqat is. Tariqat is to prepare yourself to meet Allah, to be a servant to Allah, not to be busy like that. So persons who are coming to tariqat because they're interested to see Mahdi or to do all these kinds of things, they're there for adventure, that is wrong. We don't want that kind of people around anyway. Pretty soon they're going to get bored and tired and they're going to go. That's precisely what happened. I know some people, they're thinking, oh, 2000, year 2000, there's going to be Armageddon. Year 2000, millennium is going to be end of the world. End of the world didn't come. They were celebrating end of the world didn't come with fireworks. And later they continue with their own lives. I know some people who say, oh, it's going to be this time, this year. Because Shaykh Maulana is saying it's going to be this year. So what do? They max out their credit cards. They say, oh, because you know, when Dajjal comes, we have no chance to use this. All machinery, all technology is going to be finished. So let's do that. Yes, sir. What kind of faith you think you have that time? So Prophet ﷺ is saying 2 horns of shaitan coming up from the area of Najd. You know what Najd is? Najd is the area that the Prophet ﷺ, he banished he sent to exile those Jewish tribes that they sign a contract to the Prophet ﷺ not to betray him, and they betrayed him. It's high treason. Which country in this world now is going to be tolerant and merciful to its citizens who commit high treason? Say. Khianat. Betrayal. Which? So Prophet ﷺ says, those tribes, not one time, not two times, they commit high treason. Over and over and over and over again. Then he said, back up, out from Medina. Out from Medina. There were so many also from those Jewish tribes who accept Prophet ﷺ. Don't think I'm saying something that is against to Yahudis. There were those ones who accept his prophethood because they were being sincere and they saw the signs in the Holy Torah. And they accept. In fact, a group of them, the highest rabbis and rebbes, they came with 40 questions to the Prophet ﷺ, testing his prophethood, asking him every question from the description of the Baitullah, the original Baitullah, description of paradise, to all the hidden knowledge that Jibreel alayhi salam then said to Prophet, don't worry, I will tell you. Allah is going to inform and I will tell you. And he answered every question, 40 questions that he did. So those sincere ones, they accept. There were many. But the rest, who became stubborn and arrogant, and not only that, they committed treason. Prophet ﷺ says, now go out from Medina. You know where they settled? Najd. Riyadh. They became Muslims. Scholars. One horn of shaitan. A horn means power. Like Zulkarnain, the two-horned one in the Holy Quran, meaning the one master of east and west. Horns meaning power. One horn is religious power, and that horn of shaitan is Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, the father of the Wahhabi, that he took the teachings of Ibn Taymiyyah, that a fatwa from all the Ahl Sunnat scholars and from the Sultan saying he is deviation, he is wrong, is being punished because he put a form to Allah. He says Allah has a hand, Allah has feet, Allah has a face. They even have a diagram of Allah. And when they ask him, Allah is saying in the last third of the night, I'm going to come down, descend into the world. How does he descend? Oh Sheikh. And he was up in the mimbar, and he came down to the mimbar like this, he's saying, coming down, just like this. And he's saying Allah is going to sit on the arsh. And he's saying, no tawassul. Don't believe in shafa'at. No holy people. No holy objects. And the horn of shaitan, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, the father of the Wahhabism, that today is controlling the Saudi Arabia after the fall of the Khilafat, that he was being supported by the British, destroying so many tombs, and right now they're preparing to destroy the tomb of the Prophet ﷺ. That in the tomb of the Prophet ﷺ, under the noses of the Muslims, they destroyed so many things too. That inside the mosque of the Prophet ﷺ, there used to be so many places that's holy. Do you know there used to be 3 mihrabs? Not 1 mihrab in the Prophet's mosque. And it was Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, the Ottoman Sultan, who made that special. There used to be a mihrab where the Prophet ﷺ used to go to, a special place that they made it into a mihrab where he prays tahajjud. Did you know that? So we lost all of that. Because these are so many events, things that happen, but they covered up. They destroyed who? These Wahhabi shaitans. They destroyed it. And they say Muslims don't go there to give honor to that, to respect that, because there is shirk. There is shirk. Don't go to the tomb of the Prophet ﷺ and raise your hand and ask for him. That is shirk. They say, you must ask only from Allah. And Allah is saying in the Quran, say to them, Ya Muhammad ﷺ, if they say they love Allah, they must love you and follow you for Allah to love them. And if only they'd asked you for help, they've come to you for help, to ask from Allah, Allah would have answered their prayers. They're saying, don't go to the tombs of the holy people. That is all shirk. One horn of shaitan. The other horn of shaitan is the political power. One is religious, one is political power. Muhammad ibn Saud, the Saudi family. So these two, the Wahhabi and the Saudi alliance, they came together during the weak days of the Ottomans, when the enemies were knocking, were trying to break through every wall, that the Ottoman sultans, even in that weak state, they made one blow to them. They went back, then they came back again. We know with Lawrence, you know Lawrence of Arabia? Yes, Lawrence of Arabia. Supporting them, but people, Muslims are watching Lawrence of Arabia, the movie, and they like it. They brought down the Khilafah. Yes, so horns of shaitans. So this is just one of many, many hadiths about the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam, the signs of the last days and the signs of the Dajjal. But for those who are looking at things literally, for those who are thinking, well, when is he going to come? I'm waiting. I've been waiting a long time, but they're doing nothing to prepare. Because once you start preparing yourself for Hazrat Mahdi's time, you wish you have more time. Okay? Never you're going to say, quickly, quickly. No. You wish, you say, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to clean myself yet. But the world needs you now. The world needs you now, but astaghfirullah, I'm not ready. But the world needs you now, because the world now, the Muslims now, they are under the feet. And the Muslims now are under severe oppression and cruelty everywhere. So those ones who are stuck with the literal meaning, who's not understanding the history of Islam and the history of the coming of Dajjal and the history of the coming of Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam, if they're only stuck with dates, then we say, welcome to you, goodbye to you. Welcome, goodbye. You know? Welcome, goodbye. How are you going to bring them around? Those who want to come around, those who come around because of unusual things, because they like to hear unusual things and they like to see unusual things, they're going to leave because they see something even more unusual. And let me tell you something. Dajjal is going to come to show the most unusual things. The majority of the people, they're going to believe he's a saint, that he's a prophet. Some are going to believe that he is Allah. Allah is going to give him that power. So what are you preparing? Are you preparing to meet Allah? Baraat is coming. Are we busy and concerned that our books is still filled with wrong actions, wrong deeds, that we still have to clean it up? We're not concerned about that. Are we busy with something else? Then that time, we are not preparing ourselves. When we're not preparing ourselves for the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam by cleaning ourselves up, by accepting the Shariat and putting the Shariat into our lives, personal Shariat. There's no Shariat as a country anymore. There's no Shariat as an Ummah anymore, because there is no Khalifa. So if we are not preparing ourselves to clean ourselves up, at that time, we just there just to see something unusual. That time, we may be fooled, big time. So, let them go. It's okay. Because Naqshbandi Tariqat is not just concentrating on the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam. On the flip side of that, we have to concentrate on Dajjal, the tricks and the traps of Dajjal, the fitna and the confusion of Dajjal that he has put to us as individuals, groups, communities, and nations. We had a question before, the shaitan box. The shaitan box is a very successful, very popular, very effective tool of Dajjal. That's where Dajjal is sending his messages and programming you. If you're really concentrating on the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam, you're going to get rid of that shaitan box. You're going to concentrate on the tricks and traps of Dajjal and how to save yourselves from it, but forget about individuals, not even leaders, imams. They are concentrating on this. Now, some they say, oh no, we did our calculation, Mahdi is going to come, not now, 500 years. Some, no, 5,000 years. MashaAllah. So, good luck. You ask, this is my answer. You can like it or not. Take it or leave it. It is up to you. Assalamu alaikum.